I'm gonna say no on that one, unfortunately.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, difficulty 2.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah. So you get 1, but unfortunately 1 is not enough. If somebody else wants to attempt a reason science roll,
Oh,
I'd
that
also
was
take
reason medicine. Should I re-roll that?
yes, please.
Commander Teparo might actually help you. I
Let's
think
see if
she might be a bit more inclined regarding science.
what is this reason science? Yeah, she has a pretty good reason science. I can roll for her.
So is she assisting me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
that, either way. Okay, cool. It worked.
yep, got it. Great. So what you find, the tricorder with its starting to fuzz out interference, you can tell that the stone is older than the the craft you are currently standing on by about 10,000 years.
Let's spend a momentum for more information. That sounds, because it's so old, it sounds important.
Thinking like a true role player. Gotcha. Yeah, so when you look at the stone, you can see the spirals that are carved into it appear to be similar to, like, they sort of remind you of galaxies.
Okay, are they
Yeah.
laid out in a recognizable pattern?
They are not laid out in a recognizable pattern. You think possibly the way that, like, if that is true, and with this sort of here, you think that there's probably some sort of a spiritual or a mythological significance to it.
Okay.
I will say that the one of the galaxies is shaped quite similar to the Milky Way. And this craft, just to reiterate, looks like it had come from outside of the Milky Way galaxy.
Sure. Okay. But that at some point may have traveled through the Milky Way. It's
Or traveled into it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
what do you suggest? That sounds interesting, but what about the Mound? Did you find something out about the Mound? Is there something in it, or is it natural, or whatever?
I will say with the role that you got, the tricorder is telling you that it is organic. You're not picking up any life signs in it, on it, or around it. Nothing of the sort. If you wanted, I would allow a insight or reason science to try to figure out what this might be. I would also allow engineering to apply here as well.
I think Frank should do that engineering check or science check.
Yeah, thank you for this interesting idea. I will put that on my to-do box for the next few decades.
Nice.
So do I want to check this out as well? Another reason science. And have the XO assist me.
We can do
You
that.
are the most reasonable guy around, so why not?
Okay.
Unfortunately, the one engineer just pissed off back to the ship.
Yeah, they are back on the ship in their toy shop having fun.
Okay, so I'll say that my focus does not apply here. Cool. Do you want to buy any good dice for this?
What's the difficulty
I'm going to put
here?
the difficulty to this is 1.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead with no on this one.
Copy that. Okay, I'll make my roll. Wow.
Nice.
Wait a minute.
It was a natural one.
Did I just crit? Yep, that's a nat
Yep.
1.
Cool.
Okay, so looks like you're gonna get filled back up with the momentum track, and you'll have 1 momentum left over. What?
More
Information. Tell us what we want to know.
Where is he?
Where are the other drugs?
Swear to me. Yeah. So, Dr. Phlox, combined with the tricorder scannings, what this looks like to you, and the commander will back you up on it, you think this is a burial mound. That someone or something of importance is buried inside there.
Oh boy. Team.
I know all about those in real life.
Thoughts here. Do we want to maybe dig this up and see what's in here?
No, we don't want to dig this up because if someone is still around who actually respects the dead, they might get a little bit annoyed by that. But you do have a tricorder. Why don't you get some readings? Maybe there's some kind of skeleton or other stuff you might use to reconstruct who or whatever is buried here.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you want to take like a long range scan to see if the tricorder can tell you what might be inside there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this will be another reason science test. The difficulty listed is 2. I'm going to bump that up to a difficulty of 4 just because you are not close enough.
Okay.
Basically. Or actually no, I'm going to leave it at a 3 because the only thing that would stop you from being able to really scan it well is the distance.
Okay.
We have
So,
lots of momentum.
Yeah.
Drop,
Let's
drop
do
all of that on it. Do it.
all of it.
He
Spend
must
the whole
know
thing.
it.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
5
You,
whole dice.
So we're blowing the whole momentum track.
yeah, and the commander might actually help you with it too. So why not?
Cool. I'll do the same roll. This will be reason science. None of her focuses do not apply.
Cool.
That's 1. So you only need 2.
Hey.
Okay, so you're gonna get 1 momentum back.
Hey, it's an extra die.
Yep. So you're able to scan, and the tricorder beam penetrates through this area. And Commander Strohm, as you are mentioning that, when you bring up there may be somebody around here who respects the dead still, you look around and you see that more of the gardeners are actually around here working. They still don't pay much attention to you, but that is like, yeah, we probably don't want to piss these guys off.
Yeah.
So Dr. Phlox, what you find is there is indeed something inside of this mound. There is a sarcophagus, a non-organic sarcophagus, that contains a non-botanical life form on the inside, a humanoid.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is heavy.
Mm-hmm. And the scans come back that the age of this humanoid is roughly the same age as the standing stone with the galaxies carved into it. So whomever is in there is over 10,000 years old.
Which is also far older than the ship we're on.
Yes.
So this essentially tells us that they took a sarcophagus from somewhere and buried it on the ship?
It's a flying burial mound. Why not? You know, in ancient Earth history, they put some Viking chief on a ship and sent it to the sea, set it alight. That's of course the setting it alight part is missing here, but it's similar, don't you think?
But we're talking about something that was dead thousands of years before it was sent out to sea and set on fire.
Yeah, maybe they're a little bit slow on their burial rites.
I wouldn't think that anyone's that slow on giving someone a proper burial.
Get into Starfleet bureaucracy and you find some.
Mm-hmm. Now,
so now we know a bit more. So what do you suggest? How should we proceed?
well, now that first of all, once you've come to this realization, that's when a beep comes in via your comm badge, and actually, Commander Tapalu will be beep, beep, beep. This is Tapalu. Go ahead, and it is a communique from the Griffin, where the engineering team has reported success in coming up with an experimental method of potential communication with these creatures. And it is at that point, unless Lieutenant Tahana and Lieutenant Shee, unless there's anything else that you want to do on the Griffin, I will be bringing you back into the scene.
Good.
I'm good on my end.
Cool. Great. So you are given the order and you beam back over and you see that who's actually carrying this thing?
I am. I have the better fitness, I think.
Go for it.
So you see that Lieutenant Tahana, the Cardassian, is showing up basically, with a big Ghostbusters style pack of all these different mechanical tchotchkes that are all hot wired together, and some sort of a nozzle over her shoulder. Over Tahana's shoulder. That it looks mad. It looks like this is the work of a madman. And
that is incorrect. This is the work of
two madmen.
Correct.
Yeah, Lieutenant Tahana, I see you finally decided to take up weight training. That's commendable. So what is it that you're strapped to?
We have cannibalized a replicator, and we've analyzed the chemicals that we believe are used for communication. Cannibalized a replicator in order to create those molecules that will be used.
Another uncalled for recommendation. I did ask what it is, not some stuff what you did before you made that. What is it?
Theoretically, it is a chemical analyzer and chemical replicator tied to a standard issue Starfleet Universal Translator.
Okay, also, to be more precise, what does it do?
It should allow us to communicate with these creatures.
Very good. So there are some gardeners around there. Let's go there and talk to them.
Oh man.
I will. I hope to do that, sir.
Yeah, you have the translator, so you do the talking. Yeah.
Lieutenant Shee is like looking at this thing now that we're in like the cold light of day and out of the lab, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is the most. It looks like randomly slapped on parts. This is like, I mean, it'll work, but oh my god, the aesthetics are just not there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking like maybe Apple One, not, iMac.
I will go up to one of the gardeners and type into the little pad on the screen. We wish to help, something like that. We wish to help? How do we help you?
Okay. Great. Let me see. How do we want to handle that for you? This should be for you we'll say, I'm going to give you a presence con on this. So yeah, give me a presence con. The difficulty is going to be 2. Experimental technology focus does apply.
And we have 1 momentum. You could use
do.
that for another die. Do it.
Yeah, I'll use the momentum for the last die.
No, all our hopes are with you.
Okay.
Oh, very good. That is a poor decision. Oh wow! Dang, that's pretty
Nice.
good.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to get 2 momentum back. So yeah, you reach out and you're not quite sure what you're looking for, but this plant creature, completely uninterested in you, is doing its work, and then almost like it hears something that no one else heard, you see it react after a brief delay from the phrase being typed into the LCARs, or being typed into the pad. Sorry. It doesn't look at you because it has no eyes.
Right.
But you see, this is proof of concept. This is basically success. That it reacted to you. Whoops. Back over here. You don't see it make a move. You don't see it try to reach out or try to communicate in any other way. It's just, if you had to read its body language, it looks very confused.
So you got it to react. Do something. Tell it something else. You're doing good.
I don't know if these particular creatures are able to respond. You can receive communications. They may not be able to respond to it. They may just be drones.
Maybe give
Try,
it
try,
something.
try the classic. Try the classic. Take us to your leader.
I was going to say, give it something very specific, like telling it to move to a location, or to like wave an arm, so that way you know for sure that it's working properly.
But currently, we are the aliens invading this place, and that's what aliens usually say. Take us to your leader.
We come in peace also works.
Oh yeah, that one too.
I'll try typing in, we are here to help, we come in peace.
Okay. Yep, same roll, presence con. I'll keep the difficulty at 2.
I'll buy another momentum, or die with momentum.
You can do it.
All right. And get it right back.
Still nothing on untapped potential. Okay.
You didn't roll a third die, did you?
Oh, I did. Oh,
Yep.
I thought you
Roll one
bought
more.
Yeah.
I did not.
No. Okay.
So yeah, I'll turn. I don't know if this particular entity is capable of response. It may not even have
Mm-hmm.
chemical emitters that would allow it to respond chemically.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
see
give
that.
it an order. Give it an order. I meant that seriously. Take us to your leader might actually work.
Yes, sir.
Well, I have a question. Didn't we? It's not the gardeners are being puppeted. That was the impression I got by the plants, right?
Yep.
So maybe we should be directing the communications at the plants and not the
Yeah.
gardeners. The gardeners just look like kind of appendages, essentially.
So here's what's going to happen. When you're having this conversation about, like, you are noticing that the gardener that you were pointing this thing at is responding. But again, it's like there's a language that only it can hear. And it's reacting, like trying to figure out what the hell is that, because it doesn't recognize you. You're not a plant being. But once that happens, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to unload 10 points of threat.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Oh God.
Oh, es bueno.
I'm sitting on it. Might as well. And
I just felt my sphincter clench.
so I'm going to slightly bend the rule. I mean, I'm not going to slightly bend the rules a little bit. I am going to. I'm going to basically say that the scene as it is going to end. And here's what's going to happen. Master Chief Petty Officer, you
Oh boy.
First of all, you all hear. True. All of you hear that the music of the forest has changed. It's a different tone now. And you, Master Chief, feel that one consciousness that was in a dreamlike state, you feel it start to awaken.
Yay.
And you sense surprise. You sense shock. You sense anger. And as you feel all of those things, you notice that all of the gardeners that were in your area have now turned and are quote unquote looking at you. At all of you. And
Well, that's fun.
as one, they begin to advance. They begin to advance around you, circling you in. The song that you are hearing is hard to hear, and by that I mean it is uncomfortable to hear. So much so that all of you, hold on, where do I have a? We're just gonna do it this way. How much is it? Try that again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of you, as you feel this sound start to invade your head, it is uncomfortable. It hurts. It's causing you the worst migraine you've ever felt in your entire life. And all of you are going to take 5 points worth of stress damage. And
Could we
we're going
somehow try to resist that in any way?
Unfortunately not. This is in your head. And I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna roll. So, Master Chief Petty Officer Esei and Commander Strohm,
Yeah.
the pain is so great, your legs can't take it and you drop as if you were knocked down.
All right. So this is a thing I might actually try to fight somehow. That means if I do get it's a pain in the head. You mean it's
Yes.
inside.
Yes.
All right.
So do you want to try to resist it somehow?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay. I will say this is going to be, for you, this will be a fitness security, which is your
Alright.
best stat.
Yep.
I'm going to set the difficulty on this to 4.
All right. And I think maybe I don't know if
Actually, no, I'm going to drop that down to 3 because you only have 2 momentum. So
oh why not? I could raise a threat if I wanted more dice.
that is also true. Yeah, that is also
Yeah.
true.
So not a problem. You
Got
just
it.
spent a lot. You might get a lot back.
Yeah.
So does any focus apply? Maybe I don't know. Maybe survival or athletics. I don't know.
I'll say.
Probably is like a mental discipline focus.
Yeah, this is resisting pain. This is like resisting incredible pain. So I think
Did you
Yeah.
ever practice mixed martial arts? Have you ever been in a submission hold?
can't
No.
say that I have.
That's incredible pain, and you
Yeah.
learn how to deal with it, and deal
You know
it right
what?
back.
I will allow that just because I want this MMA focus to come into play at least once.
Okay, so I have learned through this to deal with some pain. So we only have 2. It's still difficulty. What's the difficulty?
I'm going to set the difficulty to 4 on this
Okay,
because your brain is saying drop.
Yeah, so not a problem. I take the 2 momentum out of our group pool and give you 4 threat to get 3 additional dice.
All right. Hey, I'm back in double digits. Sweet.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. So let's see. So 4 successes. Let's see how that turns out. Well,
Wow. Okay.
I've eaten pain and learned to digest it.
So yeah, you're gonna get 3 of those momentum back. Great. So yeah, your body is just saying nope, and just wants to completely and totally shut down. But you're able to like find that inner steely resolve and hold on to it. You're still in incredible pain though. But Commander Strohm, you stay on your 2 feet. Master Chief Jensen, you are prone. And as through the squinty eyes of this incredible headache, you now see upside down these creatures start to approach you. We're going to go into combat now, and you will have the initiative. Let's see. There are 10 of these creatures starting to surround you.
So who wants to act first?
Yeah, who wants to go first?
I actually would like to. I would like to, just because there's one thing I want to take care of before we start fighting.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to look at my pad and see if it is translating anything.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so the pad is registering, but you're not getting full sentences. You're not getting a readout of what this is, because you get the feeling these are creatures more drawn by instinct.
Sure.
You do see one word start to you see a few words start to pop up. The one that occurs the most is speak. There's another one, join. There's another two, first tree.
I will. I'm going to attempt to, for my action, I'm going to try and put something into the translator. Yeah, I'm just going to try and put something in the translator, hope to get them to stop.
Okay, great. So this will be same thing that you were rolling. This is Presence Con. Difficulty will be to get the message across. I'll say we'll put the difficulty here.
I am just putting down you now hurt us, something like that, like real simple and straightforward.
Okay,
You
I'll set
hurting
the
us.
I'll set the difficulty on that to 2.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a die with momentum.
Done.
Oh wow. I get a success because of untapped potential.
Oh,
Okay.
I get 2 successes. Woo!
You leverage some of that noob luck.
Yeah.
Oh, so those are bonus. Successes because of your untapped potential.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Because of the untapped potential, you got there. Cool. Yeah, you get the feeling. Yeah, you put this message out there, and you now see that multiple of the gardeners are reacting to it. And
Okay.
yeah, they.
I pass it off to initiative off to one of them.
Okay.
I can't tell the difference between the number of gardeners.
Yep. Yeah, they are starting to close around you. You get the feeling that they are still advancing. They are not advancing like, arms out zombie-like. They're just walking towards you. It's just the fact there are so many of them, and they are all just doing this to you at once. In fact, the crowd is quite big. Let me see. What is this? So I said what? There were 10?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Turns out there are 15.
Oh, okay.
And what they are going to do is one of them is actually going to approach you, Tahana, and is not going to hit you or do anything. It almost like reaches out its viney hand and takes yours and attempts to lead you. The question is, do you follow?
I mean, I imagine I'm in so much pain that I don't really have a whole heck of a lot of choice.
Okay, so it takes you and it brings you along. That is its whole action. That's
I
all that it will do.
Try and say something along the lines of, they don't realize they're hurting us. However much I get out is up to the GM.
Yep. You're able to get something out. The message gets across, basically. So yeah, one of them. Yeah, and what you see is the pad continues to read out, speak, join, first tree. It is back to your side of the initiative. Does somebody want to do anything?
Based on what I saw from the electromagnetic interference, do we think that our phasers will work?
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a phaser in my hand, and one hand is holding a phaser, the other hand is up to my temples, and I'm looking at the XO, and I'm like, "Orders, Commander."
And yeah, she's like, they haven't made any aggressive actions yet. Just hold your ground.
Don't escalate. That's what Strohm is yelling.
Okay.
Cool. So you have a phaser out.
Yeah, I mean, I would have. I think instinctively, I would have grabbed it the moment I felt pain.
Right. Now, are you pointing it, or is it just out and ready to go?
No, it's out and ready to go.
Copy that. Okay, so phaser's out. What's going to happen now is you see that this one gardener is leading Tahana toward, away from you, and you actually see that the gardeners part to give them space as they continue to advance onto the rest of you. And Commander Strohm, you can see... Actually, Commander Strohm, you can see that through the pain, you're able to notice that that Lieutenant Tahana is being led toward one of the trees. One of the living trees. Specifically, a tree with a seed pod growing out of it. Speak. Join. First tree. And Tahana, you can see exactly where you are being led to. You see this very large flower open wide, like with a wingspan double yours. You can see this is where you are being led to. Speak. Join. First tree. I pass it back.
Is there any kind of recovery action that we can take to try to get some of that stress back?
It's not recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, you would duck behind cover, take a moment to regain your to regain your breath. It's a fitness plus command task, reduced by 1 if you're in cover. Success means that you gain 1 additional resist. Oh no, so that's right, and the gain. So that's.
And you get two stress back per momentum spent. So success gives you 2 momentum, 2 stress per momentum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
that's the
better
more
if you're
important
in
bit.
cover.
Yeah, and you also regain your ability to avoid an injury.
Okay.
Is there? Speaking of, God, I forgot. All of you who suffered damage, that's an injury, because that's 5. That's 5 damage from a single.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then of course that's a thing. We actually need to avoid injury, because unless we didn't do that, we would have dropped. So.
Yeah. You would basically be unconscious. Isn't the right word, but you would be non-combatants at this point.
Okay.
Basically, Yeah, if all of you want to use the, and actually yes, I'm going to say all of you use that ability to avoid an injury to remain standing, basically. So if combat breaks out further, then you will have to take cover to get that ability back.
Okay. Do I have the ability to go do that now? Is there something nearby, like a log I can duck behind, or even just dropping prone?
Yeah, there's something you can. It's going to be hard to find cover, but if you want to just to try to regain stress, you can make a roll at difficulty too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that then.
Okay. So this would be fitness plus command.
Fitness plus command. I don't think a keto is probably not relevant for
Not in this.
for recovery. Yeah. So let's put no.
If you had mindfulness, maybe.
Yeah. No. I don't. This is not my forte, to put it mildly. Or I could roll well. You know, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Wait.
So you get your ability to avoid injury back, and you get for the success, I think two stress. And do you want to spend the momentum on regaining stress?
I'm gonna take one because I want to leave some for the rest of the group.
Got it.
So I get 3 back total.
Success means
That, 2 points per momentum.
right. So if you spend 1, you'll heal 2 stress. If you spend 2, 4, etc.
Oh, okay. So one momentum I'll spend, and I'll take 2 stress back.
Got it. Great. Not a bad way to spend the turn. Now, the gardener stops, and Lieutenant Tahana, you are in front of this flower, and the readout now just says one word: join. The flower opens as if to receive you, and the gardener is going to attempt to put you into the seed pod. The question is,
I can't act until next round, so
if you want to try to resist, I would make this I would allow an opposed check.
okay. Let's see. I have fitness and security.
That's what it's going to be.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll say this is kind of like melee, so it will be a difficulty 1.
All right.
Fitness, security, difficulty 1, cast roll. I'm going to keep the... yeah, I'm going to bump the complication range up to 3. Just because this is very delicate, and like you're all right now on a knife's edge, and if something goes wrong, it's going to go very wrong.
I am going to buy an extra die with momentum.
Okay.
And let's see what I got.
Okay, I'm going to roll for my dudes.
Push.
It's a push.
Oh,
So, let's see if...
potential. Ah! Untapped
Wow!
potential.
Okay.
What I would like to do is to take the backpack that has the nozzle on it off and put it in the seed pod, but leave the cord with the pad interface still dangling outside of the seed pod, so maybe I can communicate that way.
Run that by me one more time, please.
So the backpack has the nozzle on the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
So if I put the backpack in the seed pod and it closes up, then the nozzle will be in the seed pod.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a cord, then there's the cord coming out to the data pad with the tricorder and stuff on it, so I can tap in what I want to say on the pad, and then the backpack will communicate.
Okay, so are you giving this device to the seed pod, basically, like saying that it
Basically, yes.
gets? Okay, so you no longer have it. It is now like, actually, what it's trying to do, like it wanted to, like it's not like, Audrey 2, where it just or it just closes, it closes around you. You resist. And you're like, no way, and the creature stops and is like,
But the backpack has a cord attached to a data pad that I can type in, right?
Right. Yes.
So if I put the backpack in the seed pod, and I hold on, then the cord trails out of the seed pod, and I hold on to the pad, then I should... The thing that's communicating is inside the seed pod, and I should still be able to use the pad to talk to it. That was my plan.
This is what I'll tell you is that you could actually get a good close look at the seed pod when you were this close to it, and actually this might influence your decision a little bit. This is like there aren't any inside the flower itself, inside the main bud. There aren't any dispensers or ways for this chemical to get out. You think that the chemicals probably come from the leaves or something outside of this flower. What you do see, however, is the organic link up, which probably went into one of the gardeners at the base of their head, quote unquote, to keep them there and communicate with them and talk with them. You have a feeling that if you were to go into this thing, that link up would be going inside of you.
Is there a way I can, like I said, put the link up to the backpack? Because the backpack's the thing emitting all the smells.
Right, but I'm going to say no, just because
Okay.
yeah, like it's not like the backpack is still a mechanical device, so this is a purely organical thing on the inside. It wants, it wants matter in there, and what happens now when you resist, basically, is that a few of the other gardeners start to break off and come your way, Lieutenant Tahana. This was unexpected. They're like, what? Huh? And you get the feeling that backup is coming towards you now. It is now the player's turn.
That's our chance to actually get away. They encircled us, and now some are leaving and going behind in the direction where Tahana went. We might actually get our group outside of the circle. So let's break out. Let's do that.
Okay.
How would we do that? I wanted to actually maybe drag the others with me a little bit so that we can move outside of the circle.
Cool. So we're gonna say. So your intention is to run.
Yeah, but take the others with. I'm not fleeing.
So you're not fleeing the scene. You're just repositioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they don't move that fast, and you're most likely faster than them. So if you wanted to just sort of break out from being the surrounder to or being the surroundee to the surrounder, you could do that. That's just a maneuver.
Yeah, just outside the circle, and maybe if the Master Chief is still on the ground, drag him with us. And could the others follow? I don't know how that might work.
Well, Commander, it depends entirely on what your intentions are, because, yeah, you're not fleeing because you have a person who's, from what you could tell, potentially in danger.
Yeah. I just want to escape from the encirclement and then work towards Tahana to actually get him of his problems too. But
Yeah.
we don't want to be encircled and captured.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to use your maneuver to attempt to get around them, sure, you can totally do that. If you want to drag Master Chief Jensen with you, then I'm going to say that's going to eat up your action as well.
All right.
So yeah, we'll say that you are no longer being encircled. You are now outside of the circle. Some of them have looked to see what is going on. Who has not acted yet? Has anybody not acted yet on the player's side?
I have not.
I haven't got a chance to go.
And
Okay.
our XO didn't act yet.
The XO has not either. So here's what's going to happen then, because we're gonna one of these gardeners is gonna come up to Tahana, come up behind Tahana, and is going to attempt to make a whoop, hold on, I need to look at the right page here. Going to attempt to make a melee attack against you, Tahana. This is going to be a daring plus security check opposed. The difficulty is 1.
May I spend momentum to give you my security discipline and focus? I do have the talent, so I might actually shout to you. See, watch your left, duck.
Okay.
So that does cost a momentum, but you then would have 5 security and a focus in mixed martial arts for that.
All right.
Cool. So I'm going to make the first roll for my dudes whenever you are ready.
Oh yeah, he gets me good.
This is an opposed check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he beats me by 2.
Oh, beats you by 2. Okay, great. So he's going to get you there, and we're going to do an unarmed strike against you, just straight. Wow.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, do you have any resistance or anything? I highly doubt it.
Nope.
Cool. So you're going to take another 5 points. And do you still have stress left?
Believe I have 2 left.
Copy that. So what's going to happen, like, normally this would be an injury, but what's going to happen is it didn't punch you. What it did is it laid its hands upon you, or laid its arm upon you, and encircled you in its vines.
Oh, like a grapple.
Yeah. And basically, Tahana, you are immobilized. And you are unable to do much of anything, including breakout. Now it is your turn. Or now it's the player's turn. Whoever has not gone.
Yeah, I would totally like to crawl my ass to cover and recover.
Cool. Yeah, you can do that.
Let's see.
Do the little combat crawl.
Yeah, of course the Trek combat roll into cover. You said it was fitness and command.
Yes, and the difficulty here is 1 because you're in cover. Okay, looks like you got it. So, if you want to spend momentum, which I think you have something left, you have 1 momentum left. You can heal 2. You can heal 2 stress,
Oh, sure, I'll do that.
and you also regain your ability to avoid an injury.
Okay.
And we'll say you also have a cover die, which will be Yeah, I'll give you one cover die for the rudimentary cover that you currently have. Great. So, what's going to happen now? And I'm doing the so yeah. What happens is the other gardeners that have come up hoist Lieutenant Tahana into the seed pod. And what you see is just Lieutenant Tahana sitting there or standing there wrapped in this vine enclosure. Now, Lieutenant Tahana, what you feel is a tingling sensation at the base of your skull. There is no pain, but this feels wrong with a capital W.
I really hope Dr. Phlox comes to heal my ass.
There is, yeah. What you see is actually, here's what's going to happen as you feel something intrude into your consciousness. And you feel your consciousness, as a result, begin to open up. And you can now hear and feel the forest around you. What is happening is the forest is attempting to join its consciousness to you.
As long as I can, I'm going to be thinking, you are hurting us. You are hurting us.
Okay.
You are hurting us.
So, this sounds like it is like you are resisting.
I'm trying to get it to realize. I'm not trying to, I guess, pull out so much as let it know that what it's doing is wrong and it needs to stop.
Okay. So, here's what we will do then. I'm going to make a roll. I don't think I put that in, so I'll have to roll this in meat space. This is going to be an insight and security roll on its part. I'm going to burn a threat to grab an extra die. Difficulty is only 1. This is insight plus security. Right. Cock die. Okay, looks like I get 2. And I only needed 1. Great. So, Tahana, your consciousness joins with that of the forest. And you see and you feel the slumber start to slough off of the forest around you. And you feel many things. You feel loss. You feel loneliness. You feel desperation. You feel pain. You feel anger, shock. You feel vengeful in a way. And when your eyes reopen, you are still you. But there is another voice that speaks from your mouth. Now all of you watch as Lieutenant Tahana Setem, whom you know, says the following words with a voice not their own.
I am the oldest in the cycle from the first. What you see before you is all that remains of a once vast and beautiful forest, the last of our kind. You invade our ark and murder us, demons from the void, parasites all. Even now, your servants continue to harness our spirit. We feel them burrow ever deeper into our life force. There is a word for this in your barbarian tongue. Genocide.
Now, Tahana, you still are able to communicate that what is happening to you is wrong and you are being hurt by this. And when you do that, pardon me, the gardeners that were around you stop. They all turn their heads and they look to you in one smooth motion. The vines release, and you are allowed to take your feet again.
I will try and think at it. We did not harm you. We did not cause the holes. Our people are trying to fix them, or learn. We're trying to learn how to fix them. You know, things like that.
Okay. Normally you would be, or actually no, walking that back. A couple things happen at once. The tree, or the gardeners step back, and the away team now sees itself together for the first time in a little bit. And you feel and can read in the readout on the pad, which undamaged by this whole ordeal, so no, it was well made. You see and feel this image, or this thought of,
Bring them. Speak, first tree. Prove themselves.
and as you are dealing with that, over the comms, you hear a message come back from the Griffin. And one of the ensigns is saying, Commander, I don't know how this happened, but the force you're on just raised shields.
Well, there's something you don't hear every day.
Man,
It
if I
seems
had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have a nickel.
he's like, power systems are starting to come online and must have been dormant. We don't quite know what's going on, but we're not able to go transport you back. And Tahana, out of your voice,
This interface will now accompany you and observe.
and the gardeners, all in unison, begin to walk in a straight line towards the center. Question is, what do you do?
I go forward to Tahana, see, I call the doctor. Doctor, check up on him. Is he all right? Doesn't look all right, but when does he do that?
I mean, he's a Cardassian.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Are you okay?
Out of character, I don't know if I can respond.
What happens is you are like I will tell you if you are not allowed, but otherwise you can play your character as you normally would.
I think I need some help. So I'm currently at 10 out of 12 stress, if I'm reading this right, and
Yeah, maybe get a minute rest for everyone, but please
I
don't.
my ability to resist an injury. So yeah, I'm not doing so well.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
say
don't-
that you have a minor injury right now, Lieutenant Tahana.
So the gardener's walk. I think everyone should take a little bit time to recover.
Mhm.
But it's important, and many of us are a little bit stressed out. How about the headache or the hurt by the sound? Does it continue?
The music has changed drastically. So the headache that you are feeling, you are no longer suffering from.
Let's recover a little bit and then follow the gardeners maybe. And doctor, what's up with Tahana? Is he turning into a vegetable?
So I'll run over to him and scan him with the tricorder.
Okay. Great. So give me a. I'll say this is insight medicine.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty, I'll say, is 1.
Okay. I will give you a threat for another die.
Okay, I'll take it.
Let's try and get some momentum here. And I'm guessing xenobiology doesn't count.
I would say that it will.
Okay, cool.
Right, because you're talking not only about a different species, but also another species interacting with that species.
Okay. Holy smokes. I can't catch a break here.
Oh no! Oh,
Did you already spend your determination?
For the same exact thing last time?
Yeah, but this is a new session, so you might actually have one back.
Determination doesn't refresh with a session; it refreshes with the episode.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a. I'm just gonna
Wow.
buy that complication off of you for 2 threat.
Oh, very good.
So you're saying he actually is a vegetable now?
Basically,
I tripped and I smashed my tricorder.
right,
Sorry.
and now it's just in pieces. Got it. So yeah, you basically scan Lieutenant Tahana, and the tricorder is not able to tell you anything about what's going on.
It's on the fritz.
Yeah, looking it up. If you want to heal, Tahana's injury, because I think Tahana's the only one who suffered an injury, it'd be a control medicine task, difficulty 2.
Does my first response count here?
Yes.
Okay. What does it do for me?
It's a focus, right?
Yep. Just counts it. Oh, sorry.
It's-
The first
no, a talent.
response. That's a talent. Okay. Well,
It's
let's
either
find out.
field medicine or first response counts for combat something or other, and injuries. I think.
Whenever you attempt first aid task during combat.
Aren't we still in combat?
Combat has ended. Really, like you are allowed
Oh.
to act freely.
Gosh.
What's the other one you
Field
have?
medicine is you would ignore any difficulty for you would ignore any increase in difficulty for working without the proper tools.
But of course, Master Chief is a trained combat medic. He might actually help you.
Okay.
So how about Master Chief? Could you assist?
Sure. How do I do that?
Okay, so this would be
One
a
die, insight plus or
control plus medicine.
Where was she go? She just vanished.
What's the difficulty here?
2.
All right. Oh boy. Do I buy 1 die or 2 here? What are we thinking?
Buy as many as you need.
I thought 3 would have been fine for difficulty 1, but clearly that wasn't the case.
Yeah, buy 2 or buy 3. Why not?
I'll buy 2. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take 3 threat.
And then my focus still counts. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
You can do it.
Oh baby!
Wow.
I couldn't have gotten one of these last time.
Yeah, you need to believe in yourself. Get some more self-confidence.
Trust me, I was believing in the heart of the cards, but they let me down.
1 2 1 2. That's my favorite Rush album.
God. I really cannot get a break on that.
So you're gonna gain 2, 3, 4 momentum back.
Nice.
Very helpful. So yeah, that heals Lieutenant Tahana's injury, so you no longer have to worry about that.
That's good.
Yeah, I was trying to look up because I guess I might just still be in the D&D mode. Like, when does do you have to heal damage like back on the ship? Like, do you have to like rest a night and then it all comes back? Like, when do you heal?
No. The next scene, all your stress is back. So you're
that's why injuries are so important. Yeah.
Yeah, and the recovery is only important when you're in the middle of an action scene. So
Right.
if you cannot take your time, but if you have a few minutes, it's going back. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so when we start the next scene, everybody's stress will be healed back up to full,
And currently no injuries. Huzzah!
which is good. You are going to need it. Let's see. Let's do this because we are getting close to the end. Technically, we just finished an act, but I think we can dip our toes into the next act a little bit and have a pretty good cliffhanger.
Oh boy.
If anybody has anything they want to do, now is the right time.
So, am I currently in? Like, is my consciousness merged, or am I me?
You are you. There is. I think the best way to think about it is you are you, but there's something else with you. The only thing that came to mind when I was thinking about it was like Eddie Brock and Venom. So think of it like you have a symbiote with you.
All right,
And
I'll be like, I got something in my head. I think he's along for the ride now. I'm trying to let him know that we did not hurt his trees and that we're trying to help.
Yeah.
I don't think he believes me.
Um,
I'll say that to the rest of the party.
yeah,
What do you think they thought about? What did they say? Something about prove yourself or something? Could you ask your voice in your head what that means?
He's not very forthcoming. I don't think he believes us about not hurting his people or his trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that's the second time in the last few weeks I had a major headache. The last time with those metal creatures. Um, you know, I sense a kind of trend growing around here. So let's put a stop to that as soon as possible. Um, Proving that means we of course need to get rid of the whatever the infestation they got here or so. You spoke with an alien voice or so about someone who came to this ark or so. So that might be a thing from somewhere else. So there must be something else besides those trees and those gardeners. So we might actually take a look at that. Should we split off? What do you say, Commander Timprado?
I think he's going to hurt me more if I don't go along with his plan.
Yeah, you can take that.
Can he?
I'm confident that he does. He's growing. That's growing pains, you know.
Listen,
What you can
I think the best option is to. I think it's real hard to parse everything, but I think that the gardeners are just drones. And I think the trees are separate entities, but connected. And I think it's taking us to the big head honcho tree. I think if we plead our case to that one, we may get better than if we plead our case to the dude who's in my head right now.
Well, let's ask our XO. What do you think? Should we split off one group trying to find out what's the infestation, or should we, and the other going to the central tree or master tree or whatever, or should we all go to the master tree? What do you think?
splitting up is not logical. We are in an unknown situation. They apparently have shields. Did we not know that they had shields? And
Didn't know that they had warp capability, but they obviously did.
then this place
Technology.
is full of surprises. It would do best if we stayed together, and it would appear that these gardeners are leading us deeper into the forest. I think we
All
are
right.
close.
All right, you heard her. So let's move on.
Excellent. You spend the next 10 minutes or so walking through a thick, forested, almost like a jungle. Think something right out of Predator. And as you move deeper into the forest, you actually see that the gardeners are forming almost like a line that is leading you exactly where they want you to go. As you move deeper into the forest, you can actually see a shimmer overhead that indicates the electronic disturbance protecting the central core of the forest. Yeah, you can see that, you can feel it, you can smell the ozone. And yeah. So does anybody want to do anything?
Let's ask our engineer. Do you have some readings on this electrical thing here?
I'll take a look, see if I can find out anything about it.
Cool. I'd accept reason science or reason engineering. The difficulty is 2.
Alright. So 2 successes.
Perfect. That's exactly what you needed. Yeah, you can see that that in front of you or ahead of you is a bio-electrical field that is flooding the air with negative ions.
Okay.
You know they are not harmful. Yeah, they're completely benign to you and all of your crew. As you're looking at the tricorder, you're also seeing little intermittent blips show up while you're scanning the area that appear like ghost life signs. Not life signs of a ghost, but they're life signs that come and go. Like beep, 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 beep.
Like life signs that are intermittently being detected, or life signs that are being detected and subsequently snuffed out?
Life signs that are being intermittently detected.
Okay.
Now that's
Could you
what
spend momentum for my info?
that's what you know base.
Okay. So, what is it? One question per momentum?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll spend one. What is the origin of the intermittent life signs?
You can tell it's several of them. They are all around you. And what the tricorder is sensing is they show up and then they disappear. Like they flash into existence, then they disappear. The best way I can describe it is you're sensing, as well as the bioelectrical field and these life signs, you're also experiencing, or you're picking up, some slight temporal anomalies.
Oof.
Which would seem to suggest whatever this life sign is, it exists in a heightened, in a hyper accelerated time, and perhaps the exposure to the negative ions is slowing them down enough that they can be read by your tricorder.
Okay.
So what did you find out?
I'll relate that to you. I'm not going to do it in character because I'll completely
Yeah, no,
completely
not a
screw it up.
problem. So, Lieutenant, could you explain that to me as if you would explain that to me?
Okay, so that over there is generating a lot of negative ions, which is benign. But the presence of those negative ions seems to be allowing creatures that are existing in an accelerated time flow to be detected where they otherwise would not be.
So you're saying there are some creatures that are out of time also? And
There's creatures that exist out of phase with our universe that is allowing us to momentarily detect them because of the interference field.
So they are popping into existence in our universe, and the negative ions they help them popping, or actually
More like they're temporarily allowing us to detect them.
so they are maybe forcing them even to become visible for a moment.
Yeah, they're invisible, and the ions are like sprinkling flour on the floor, and we can occasionally see their footprints as they pass by.
That's the kind of explanation I really like.
Yes. And as if on cue, you see the gardeners.
John Delancey shows up.
Yeah, that just suddenly snap and time stops. I was getting bored. But you see the gardeners start to react to things that aren't there, and what you see, like, they begin to start to wrestle with and stomp on things that you cannot see until you hear a sickening crunch, and you see that one of these gardeners has stepped on something that previously was invisible, but now you can see is an insect. It's about 7 centimeters long. multiple legs like a centipede, and 4 arms like Goro. It has an arched exoskeleton and 2 long antennae that swoop almost all the way back to the end of its bodies, or to the end of its body. They have crescent-shaped eyes and a circular mouth with sharp teeth in it.
I think we
And
found
you
the source of
see-
the holes.
You see that the gardeners are now basically stomp, 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 crunching all of these things that just pop into existence as they die. And as you're seeing this, one of them like comes into existence and falls onto the floor of the forest. And the universal translator comes into life, and it reads out the words, "Help me." And that is where we are going to end.